This is my moment, watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it in my soul. Good vibes only, I'm in control. Turn the music up, let the rhythm roll. I move my body, I'm alive, I glow. Unstoppable, dancing through the fire. Every step higher, taking me higher. Smile so big, can't hold it in. Good vibes, good life, let's begin. Every scar made me wiser. Every tear lit the fire. I don't fear what's ahead.
And I am live, everybody. We are live. Hello, hello, hello. Happy, amazing Sunday, everybody. How are you guys doing? Few hours more to go, guys. And it's Monday, and today is the first day of February, everyone. Amazing, amazing. Today is this month is I can see that this month is already productive, right? Yeah, so tonight is all about the magic book by Rhonda Byrne, and tonight's topic is our day 25, which is Q to the magic. Q to the magic. So I just really want to, before I will start, I just really want to take a moment of gratitude to say thank you, thank you, thank you guys for always there for me, for engaging on my content, for my audience, for unending support. Thank you, sis Bernadette, for for being with me tonight, and other few people who are watching right now. So thank you so much, guys. So tonight, I really want to talk about something that sounds incredibly, oh my goodness, incredibly simple on the surface, but it's actually one of the most powerful spiritual practices you will ever learn, right? And today is my day 25 of the magic called, I was actually reading this earlier, called the Q to the magic. Yes, the Q to the magic. And this practice is not about it's not all about doing more. It's actually trying. It's not actually doing more. It's not trying harder or forcing yourself to remember gratitude all day long. But oh, thank you, sis Bernadette. Yeah, because most of us already feel busy, overwhelmed, and stretched thin as it is. So instead, this practice really gently teaches us how to let everyday life itself remind us to be grateful without pressure, right? Without effort and without feeling like we're failing if we forget, right? Yeah, so just take a moment. Just take a moment to really think about that gratitude should be like become automatic, you know. And then here's the thing, guys. I remember like before I started this journey, this business journey, I would never thought uh in a million years, right, that I um Uh, I know we always say thank you to other people, but do you really mean it? Right? Before I don't write gratitude, you know. I just uh, I just go by what the masses are doing. I just go with the flow, and that is the reason why I was so grateful learning how Rhonda Byrne really put all these things together in this book, you know, in this book, and I was so amazed how she really changed her life by applying gratitude in her life as well. And it's just so amazing how she put all together in the book, and then really the intention behind this is to really share how she changed her life by applying gratitude in her life every single day. And then one of them is a cue to the magic. So what cue to the magic really means, and then this is my fifth year of reading this book actually. And for me is a cue is simply a reminder, something that already exists in your day that gently that gently prompts you to say thank you without even thinking too much about it. It's just become automatic. It just become normal to you, right? It's just like when you're breathing. It's just like you are not forcing how to breathe. It's just right there. You just breathe with ease, with peace, without even overthinking it, right? It's the same thing with gratitude. Like gratitude should be just like a an automatic way of being grateful every day, right? Every minute as well. And instead of you trying to remember gratitude, gratitude begins to remember you, right? Because once you really apply gratitude in your life, and and this is something that I observe on myself daily, because I practice it from the moment I wake up, or maybe from the moment that my alarm is turned on, like snoozing at 3 o'clock and 33 minutes every morning. And I was consciously aware that my phone is ringing, right? And then I just snooze it. I mean, no, not snoozing it. I just turn it off, and I just put my heart my heart, my hand towards my heart, and automatically saying thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I slowly get up and do my meditation. And that I'm not really thinking like, oh no, oh, I had to do my meditation. No, that really become a part of my identity. So from the moment my alarm is on, and then I just swipe it off, and then just I slowly thank you by holding by putting my hand towards my heart, and then say my gratitude, and then slowly getting up and then do my meditation, right? So that's just become automatic. Yeah, so gratitude really begins to remember you once that become a part of your routine. And this is so powerful because, again, the subconscious mind really learns through repetition, not through force. And the more naturally gratitude flows, and the more naturally abundance responds, right? So why this practice really works? Let me give you a simple explanation. So, when gratitude is forced, it stays in the head. But when gratitude is repeated consistently, gently, it drops into the heart. And when gratitude reaches the heart, it becomes it becomes a feeling instead of task. And feelings are what shape our energy, our our decision making, and ultimately our results or outcomes, right? Let me give you an example, like walking through the doorway, right? And that is one of the easiest cues you can choose is a doorway. So every time you walk through a doorway, whether it's the door to your home or to your bedroom, the bedroom, right? Your office, or even your car, you quietly say in your mind or out loud, just say thank you. And this is also that I've learned from this magic book that Einstein, from the moment that he woke up, that he wake up in the morning and his feet touches the ground, he immediately say thank you, thank you, thank you 100 times, maybe 8,000 times, from bedroom to bathroom, from bathroom to brushing his teeth, and then it's just become automatic. And here's the thing too: the level of awareness that I have, because I really want to master my own mind, right? And every time I wake up in the morning, my feet touches the carpet, and I immediately say thank you, thank you, thank you automatically without even like counting it. It's just like my I I kind of like observe, like I've been doing that multiple times, even though I am at work and just going to the car and I always say thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just incredibly amazing how how you really reprogram your mind. Instead of you thinking about worries or challenges that is happening in your life, why don't you just instead reprogram your mind to say thank you, thank you, thank you. So every time challenges shows up, okay, every time challenges shows up in your life, and you're just like, thank you for these challenges, thank you because I am learning something from this, right? So again, every time you walk through a doorway, whether it's the door or to your home, just quietly say in your mind or out loud, thank you. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to justify it. You just need to feel anything special. Like sometimes if I say thank you going downstairs and come here in the office every time, because if I meditate, I really like to be in the space that nobody is really bothering me, and I come here, and then from the moment I go downstairs, and I will say thank you for my legs, because I am able to walk, to walk downstairs. Thank you for the light, because I'm able to see what I am doing tonight. And thank you for my dog too, my dog Bianca. Every time I wake up in the morning, he wake up too. He wake up too, and this just accompany me coming here in the office every single night, and be and here he's just here under the table and really warm my feet too, especially in the morning because it's just so cold. And then he is there and she's here. I mean, she's here underneath underneath the table, underneath the table, really accompanying me. Yeah, so it's just those little tiny things adds up, and then that really makes your day special, right? And also for your phone ringing or buzzing, right? Another very simple way to cue is your phone, because we always use that in our business. So every time your phone rings or vibrates or lights up with notification, right? Before you react, before you rush, or before you judge whether it's good or bad, just pause and for a half a second and say thank you, thank you for connection, thank you for this phone, because I can communicate with my loved ones anywhere, and thank you for access and opportunity as well to connect with different kinds of people from all over the world, especially on my business. So that really reminds me how grateful I am that I have all these technologies in front of me that I never thought to think, because again, everything in front of you are energy. The phone that you're holding, the lights or the book, or just a simple water that you're just about to drink, it has energy. And here's the thing too that I've learned from one of my mentors, in Napoleon Hill Institute, that when you sing, right, when you sing and you see the water, like let's say this, if I started singing and focus my attention to the water actually dancing, and then you can see that in a microscope, and that's something amazes me, because it's oh my god, it's they did actually a research about this, and this is something that I've learned one of the seminars that I attended to, that once you sing and this one start dancing. So once you drink water, set an intention like, thank you, water, like for hydrating myself every single day. Because again, 75% of our body is composed of water, and that really water is just the precious thing for you to be thankful for, because without that, my goodness, probably you're gone, right? So simple little things like that. And then I did, and you do this one too, guys. I did an experimentation too, and this is something that I've learned from my mentors. Oh my god, I've learned so much. Every time they say something, I implement it because I want to really apply it, in my life. It's really, if it's really working for me. That's the only way that I can tell if what they're teaching is working for me. Because again, in the past, I've been doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same result. And then at the end, I was not happy because it's not really working. My formula is not working. So I borrow someone else's belief. So if I learn something, I want to try it for myself, because you will only know that this thing will work if you only implement it, right? So that's basically what I did. So I did an experimentation that, just like this one, imagine that I have another one, or another set of this on my left hand, rice here, and with the word I hate you. Okay, and there's another one here, another rice here, and then there's a message here, I love you. And you speak to that. If I'm talking to this, like, with emotions, like, I love you, 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 and I keep repeating that. And then here on two, like, I hate you, I hate you. The first thing that mold is the hate, and then the I love you words, it's just like, it just remain rice. And then, oh my god, it's just like, so it's the same and then it just like, I was so amazed when I did that experimentation. That's why when you say bad things to yourself, like, I am not good enough, I don't like myself, quietly, or saying them out loud, and the limiting belief that script you in your mind. And then, because any words that you say to yourself, you believe it. And remember, you're the only one who is listening. And then your subconscious mind is taking that seriously because you're emotionally involved with that. And that become who you truly are. Right? Words are so powerful. Even, and here's something that I've learned too. This morning, during my morning routine with my mentors, that the plant that you have in the house can actually smell you 1 miles away once you're coming in. And like, are you seriously? Just like that really blows my mind. Like, just like a dog, right? The dog can smells you. Um, I don't know how many miles, but it smells you. That's why sometimes a dog gets so excited if my husband or myself are coming home, and my mom and my kids knows that, like, oh, mommy is coming in, is here in a minute, because my dog Bianca uh always uh stays by the door. And then, like, you just like keep sniffing and sniffing and sniffing. And the same thing with the plant, guys. So if you have a plant in the house, and then you water it, you talk to the plants bloom, and then the plants actually recognize you 1 mile that you are coming home. And that actually, the plants are is more happier. The way you take good care of the plant, that's the plant will is happy too. But once you don't water the plant, it's just like they dried out, right? So it's the same energy, right? Energy. Just like you, if someone say a bad things towards you, you feel like so sad. But if someone compliment you, you quietly say you're humble because of your humbleness, but in deep down, your heart is smiling, right? You say thank you. You know what I mean? So again, it's just it is all relatable. This is the law. This is a natural law. So when you speak to your goal card every single day, your goal card listen, and the universe is listening too. And once the universe, God, whatever you believe in, listens to that energy that you are putting towards your goal, and eventually, uh, it mirrors, not eventually, I want to change that one language. and then it must mirror also. So what's happening in the inside, it also mirrors what's happening in the outside. Then the universe will do the work, will provide, or find those people that are aligned towards the manifestation of your goal. That's the reason why the how is none of your business, because your business is to really train your mind to think differently, apply the law of the universe, the law of attraction, or the natural law, whatever it is, whatever you believe in. Just apply that, as long as you are not hurting someone else, right? You are following um, God's law, the natural law, whatever it is, and then just do the work. Just investing in yourself, especially those if those limiting beliefs are so strong, really that makes you shrink or drift, and that's something that you need to work on every single day, right? So that's the reason why sometimes people really sacrifice leaving their environment, right? To so if they're not happy, people always leave their environment if that environment is not really serving them. People also willing to pay the price. What is that price? Is to do all this, taking a risk, right? Taking a risk, because once they see the bigger picture of how this uh, business probably, or this opportunity can change them, whether it's so uncomfortable, they just go all in without even thinking, because they already see that. They always ask guidance from the universe through the intuitive, right? Your intuition. Once you listen to that whisper, because for me, intuition is God whispering to you. You will only know it once you're excited and happy. But if it's a limiting making a decision for you, you tend to stay back, like, oh no, you know what? I will think about it, stuff like that, because that limiting belief is the one making a decision for you. But if you know your body, if you know yourself better, your body will tell you that this is the right path that you are going, without even overthinking anything, right? Yeah. So again, for example, too, I really want to give this example, like starting your car, right? Every time you sit in your car and turn the key or press the start button, you should be saying thank you. Thank you for transportation. Thank you for mobility, right? Thank you for safety and freedom, because you this car can take you anywhere, wherever you want to go, right? And many people drive every day without ever acknowledging how much freedom that one action provides. That one action provides, and this cue really gently brings awareness back into the moment. And let's say, like, every Sundays, I go pick up my mom, right? So from the moment that I step into my car, I always say thank you, car. Whatever, if you name your car like Black Beauty, something like that. Thank you, Black Beauty, for bringing uh, me to my parents' home safe and sound. I'm not even there yet, but I'm already thankful for taking me at my parents' house safe and sound. See, always act before you're ready. Act before you're ready. So instead of you, like, let's say, just try it. It's a test, experiment. Just like from the moment I sit down at work, I always say magic dust to my work. Today is a great day. I always even though I didn't even open my laptop. That's from the moment I sit down in my desk at work, I am already thankful that today is a great day. Sprinkling magic dust, that everything is good, right? So little tiny things like that is one ingredients that really makes it fun. Instead of dwelling yourself and thinking about a stressful day, why don't you do something that makes you smile, right? Because again, once you smile, the universe listens and listen, and then what the universe do? It makes it smile back at you. It will always do something that makes you smile, right? Especially also, just like this thing, like before we eat, right? We always say prayer before we eat, like before taking the very first bite of any meal or snack, even if it's something small or rush, you pause and say thank you. You don't need a long prayer. You just need you don't need, I mean, a long prayer. You don't need perfection too, right? This is small pause turns eating into act of awareness instead of habit, right? So there's so many things that you can actually do uh, every single day just to keep your mind aligned and keep yourself grounded instead of thinking what I'm gonna do next, right? Yeah, so because once your mind is empty, that's where the limiting belief uh favorite, you know. Once you let your mind empty, your limiting belief comes to play. So always do something that really um that are aligned towards your vision, you know, vision. Yeah, so just like tonight, right? Everybody's watching tonight. There's some 9 million people that's watching tonight. And then when you go to bed, right? Every night when you go or I mean when you get into bed and lay your head down and say thank you. Thank you for making it through the day. Thank you for rest. Thank you for your support. This cue, right? This cue really prepares your nervous system for sleep and allows gratitude to settle into the subconscious mind, right? Because you are actually telling yourself, even though you're telling that quietly or out loud, but again, your subconscious mind is always listening. The universe, you don't see the universe, you don't see God, but again, the energy that you're sending out to the universe always listens. Okay. Yeah. So, and here's something really important that I really want you guys to know is I really want to be very clear about this part because this is where people really overthink it. You only need one cue, not five, not 10, just one. If you forget, you don't criticize yourself. You simply remember again. Because again, gratitude grows through gentleness, not discipline. So, what is that cue, right? What is that cue? So, ask yourself, right? So for me, like, my cue is just like, just set one intention. You know, what is your intention for the day? That can be your cue, right? If your cue is just say thank you in everything that you're doing, you can that can be it cue. If your cue is to just think positive thinking for the entire day, then that's gonna be your cue. So again, you can create your own cue and then do that every single day, because again, not only you are disciplining your mind, right, to think one intention every single day, then you carry that to the entire day, and then and you'll be proud of it because of the level of awareness that you have, right? So and then here's the thing, I just finished doing my monthly, because I have a monthly goal, right? I actually just finished this today before doing this live, and I always set an intention. What is something that I will be working on this month, right? And then I prepare that. So I my February goal is already finished, right? I always say this, and I always discarded myself. What did I do? Like, is there anything that I need to do to do more, right? But I really want to make it sure that everything is done, and then I'm gonna submit it to my mentor, because he told me to just scan everything, because he really wants the best in me, that I am productive and not just making myself productive, but it's not actually. You always say people he will know he will know that if you will say the productive way during the Zoom meeting, and then they will find out where you are at, right? And then you didn't do much, then no, you're just probably scrolling TikTok or something like that. And you think that it's productive. No, it's not even productive at all, right? So yeah, so it's always nice to have a mentor that really look after you, because they can really see your blind spot. Yeah, because sometimes you don't really see, you think that you were productive but you're actually not. Right? So how this really relates to our life, and as a business owner, because most of you are here, business owners, owners, right? Thank you so much, guys. So when gratitude becomes automatic, your energy also shifts before your actions do. That's why and then you will only know that because you show up calmer, you speak more presence, right? And you attract instead of chasing people as well. This is how alignment works. Internally first, externally is the second. Always align yourself inwards before outward. Okay. Yeah, so basically that's something that I really want to share it with you guys. So let me ask this, and I love for your answer or comments. Feel free to say anything. Which cue feels the easiest for you to start with today? Was it the doorway, or maybe the phone, the car, or probably the food, the work, or the bed? Those are the one that I gave earlier. Which cue? Which cue feels easiest for you to start with? Not today, it's actually tomorrow. Maybe today, because it's bedtime now, right? There is no right or wrong here, guys. Only um the only thing that you need to do is to, whatever you pick, do that one that feels natural for you. So if you pick the bedtime, right? The bedtime, and you say thank you, right? And do that. Do that with intention. Do that with emotions too. And once you do that every single day in 90 days, and that become your habit. That's the best thing that you can actually to yourself. If you pick one cue every 90 days, and maybe one, yeah, if you do that one cue consistently every day in 90 days, you are building a really good habit. And that habit will really literally change who you truly are, because once you do that over and over and over again, and that become normal to you, become automatic without even thinking it. And then once that's done, and then after 90 days, what is cute magic that I will do as well, right? So one step at a time. It's the same thing with the limiting belief. What limiting belief I should do, get rid for this month or for 90 days? Again, it takes really 90 days to really strengthen that belief, right? So if you say this to yourself, just like let me give you guys an example, okay? So what mess you will be working on this month of February, right? And if you pick one, for example, probably, okay, I will be working on procrastination, right? So that is the mess that you need to work on, because procrastination are the ones that is really not serving you at all. So if you're working on the opposite side of procrastinating by making a decision right away, right? If you procrastinate, like, you know what? should I for me, like, because I'm finishing my book, should I finish this chapter 8, for example, and then, oh, I will do that tomorrow. Once the moment that you thought about finishing the chapter 8, do the auto suggestion. Auto suggestion is a suggestion to yourself from yourself that you have to get it done. Because if you postpone it for tomorrow, that's already procrastination. So work on it in 90 days. So what, or 1 month. If it's 1 month, you're done with 1 month that you're doing working on your procrastination, do it again next month and do it again next month. So you will finish that 30 days. So you can strengthen that new belief, the decision making that you have, right? So yeah, so work on one mess every single month or and work on one cue every single day. Because cue is just like, okay, I'm in the car. From the moment we get in the car and we just drive without even thanking your car for taking you safely to your destination, right? And if that become a habit to you, oh my gosh, like you can do anything. That's the intention. You can do anything, whatever you want, and the universe, God, whatever you believe in, will be so happy rewarding you for that. And then the reason why I am sharing this with you guys is because I have a coworker in the past, and he always complained about his car, you know, every time. And I didn't know about the law, right? I didn't know about personal development back then because that was probably 9 years ago when I was a bank manager. And then one of my personal bankers like, why he's always late? He's always late. He's always thinking about traffic accident. And then, yeah, I always think about traffic and accident. Oh, I'm sorry. And every time I receive a text, every time I receive a call, Arnett, I am running late. I am running late. I am running late. I am running late. And because accident, traffic, accident, traffic. And then all of a sudden, like, why are you always thinking about that anyway? You know? Why don't you just change your mindset that you will be on time? You're probably waking up early. And don't always think that there is an accident on the freeway all the time, you know? And actually we're actually inviting that. We're inviting traffic in our life or accident in our life. And then like, why don't you just change your thinking? And I didn't know about personal development. I just told him like, don't always think about about the traffic. If you know that there is a traffic anyway, why don't you just get up early and leave house early and just come home, think that you are at work on time. And he started doing that. And all of a sudden, like, yay, you made it on time. And we are celebrating him. So that change of thinking actually really, and then I was unconscious. I just told him, like, get up early. Don't think about coming to work late, Don't think about the traffic all the time. Don't think about the accident all the time because those aren't do you feel good every time you're thinking about the coming late all the time? Because I had to talk to him because or is this gonna be reading up, because again, this is time and attendance at work. And then for me, I don't like to. I never when I used to be a bank manager back then, I never ever uh, wrote any. I didn't even talk to any HR at all, you know and because of probably my leadership is just so different from other people. I always I'm also intentional, right? I take good care of my team because losing a job is not always a good thing. And I keep reminding them and reminding them and reminding them that you have kids, you have 2 kids, you have 3 kids are expecting you to come home, and always you have to really focus on your work and not really taking advantage about your work. If you don't like your job, then the door is widely open for you. And I really don't like writing people up. So having that communication and really show them, because for me back then I have an open door policy. My team are always welcome to come on my office and say they can they can uh, if they are having some family issues, they're so welcome to come and talk to me. Or if they want to ask for a day off or vacation, they're always welcome. I have an open door policy. And then and here's the best thing, uh, that bank that I used to work with is not actually my bank. It's not. I am not assigned there because I was being trained to become to be an assistant manager back then. And then I was training in that branch, and that branch is actually one of the worst branch in the area. Their customer service is 30%, which is very, very bad. And then there's so many complaints after complaints, customer complaints, like, what is going on at this branch? I really want to figure out, because I have that mindset of detective, right? Because I was not a detective back then yet. So what is the problem in this at this branch? Why their score is very, very low? So I was being trained, and because I believe 5 miles away from that bank alone is they are assigning me to become an assistant manager. And no, yeah, become an assistant manager. And I found out that this brand is actually is one of the brands that people are so depressed because they think that they are not being uh, taken care of by their manager. And I found out that there's actually no manager at that branch. It's only an acting assistant manager. And I was so surprised that they put me over there. The reason why they put me over there is to clean up the mess that they have. But as the days goes by, as the days I get to know all the people that work there, to get to know the clients. And you know what I did? I talked to the area manager if they can permanent me at that branch, because I really want to challenge myself, right? I really want to challenge myself. Their customer service is 38, 38 or 32, but it's in the 30s. And I really want to challenge myself to prove my area manager that this can be fixed, right? So I talked to the area manager, like, I don't want to go to that branch out there. I really want to stay here. I already built relationship with the people over here, with the staff over here. Also talk to the clients over here, because again, we are doing 300 to 500 transactions every single day. It's one of the most busiest branch in that area. So I told him I want to stay here. So the good news is the manager who is mentoring me talked to the area manager if they can permanent me at that branch, and then they both agreed. So I was permanent there. After 1 year, they promote me as a manager, because 8 months, it took us 8 months to clean the mess at that branch, and connecting with the staff, with the employee at that branch. And then they think that they were not appreciated. I built a really good connection with these people. And then you know what? We made it fun. We always say huddle meeting every single day. And then they become my family too. And then after that, after a very short period of 8 months, from 38 customer service, and it went up to 82% in a very short period of 8 months. You see, like, so I keep asking myself about this, and my manager too. They hired a new manager, and he's from El Salvador. So we really worked together with Miguel, and he was my manager back then. And when they saw that we worked together with Miguel, we strategized together, and then they had to move Miguel to another branch because they are actually planning to promote me as a manager at that branch. And for me, for the first time, I said no, because I told myself, like, oh my gosh, I'm not even 1 year yet as an assistant manager at this branch. And then the manager said, you can do it. You can do it. I actually rejected him one time, and then he talked again, and then he said, Arnett, you have to do this. I'm giving you the opportunity to take a test, to become a manager. And then do you have my support? And that's what I told him. Yes, I have your support, and you're already hired anyway. You just need to go with the process. Like, oh my God, I was so nervous, because I declined him the first time, and the second time he offered, because he sees something that I can bring to the table, right? And for me, it's all about connection. It's all about the feeling. It's all about It's all about here, not here, right? It's all about how you connect with different kinds of people in the financial worlds, right? So, and that's basically what I did. And then I stayed there for 2 years. I got pregnant with my son. I was on maternity from the moment, and that was during the pandemic too. So from the moment I always almost go back to the, I have 1 month more to go back to the office, and they said, Arnett, you're not coming back anymore. You know, you stay at home. Just wait for us. Uh, my manager told me that you just need to wait until we will call you, because that was the heat of pandemic time. That was on March of 2020. You know, the world went to panic mode, long distance, right? Eh, mask, and they don't allow people go back to the office. So basically they stopped me because I have a newborn baby, 4 months old, and have to go back to the office. And then that's something that I ask for, like, oh my God, it would be awesome to find a job that I can do at home. But it's because I've heard that they have been laying off people back then, you know, and for me, they cannot lay off someone if they are on maternity leave or leave of absence or paternity leave, whatever it is, they cannot lay off. And I've heard. So that really kind of like really freaks me out a little bit. Like, oh my goodness, I have 1 month to go to the office. They're stopping me not to go back there. What the heck is going on? So I really don't understand. Yeah, but I've heard from my ex coworkers that some other people are getting laid off. Like, oh my God, like, what if I'm gonna see that thinking already? You know, my mindset back then is always negative, and I am also dealing with a very, very bad postpartum depression because daycare are closed, and homeschooling my little girl because school are closed back then. Like, who's gonna take good care of my little one? And my dad has a pre-existing condition. I didn't even see them for 1 year. I had to travel like 26 miles away just to go drop their groceries because again, it's very strict here back then during the pandemic. You know, so I just drop their groceries, come home, you know, and then we cannot. So nobody's really take good care of my little kids. So and that's when I was in the midst of you know, when you're when you're dealing with postpartum depression, there's so many things that's playing in your mind, and you want to be by yourself. You just don't like to be surrounded with everybody, even though I am carrying a baby, you know, but I just don't like it at all. I just really want to just be in the corner of the couch, covering myself with a blanket and not to talk to anyone. That's how bad it is. And then I've been going to the doctors, and they give me these medicines, you know, and I took the medicine, but I never take it. I just flush it in the toilet. You know, this is something that I can take good care of. And then from the moment that I am breaking down, right, I ask God, like, if He can only give me a job that I can do at home, you know, because we cannot afford. We are renting that time. And then my husband is just been is oh, thanks God that my husband is really working. His work is doing pretty well during that time. But for me, if you've been a career woman for a long time, it's just kind of weird that you stay there, right? But even though I have baby, my mom is there, but I couldn't get my mom because of the pandemic too, right? So that really gives me dealing with my dad's pre-existing condition because of his big C, right? I don't want to do say it here because of his big C. I'm dealing with a postpartum depression. I'm is homeschooling my kids, no daycare, right? And it is all coming together. And I heard this getting laid off also at work, right? And it's all coming. It seems like the heavy storm just like slapped on my back, and I really don't know what to do. And one thing that I did is just ask God. I probably do this in the middle of the night around maybe 3 o'clock in the morning because I am breastfeeding during that time. And I ask God, like, would be awesome if He can give me a job that I can do at home, you know. And I probably am bursting with tears because again, cause of my hormones back then and depression too. And then all of a sudden, on the next day, I found this ad on social media, an ad of a nurse, a registered nurse here from San Francisco. And then I was holding my son and I just watched it. What is this? I didn't know that my friend who married a Fijian sharing me this business, but I didn't know that they're actually together. Because I've been watching her, but I didn't know that it's the same business. But again, I watched that ad and I watched the webinar 3 times. And like told I and then I like, is this too good to be true? And then that was actually an answered prayer for me. It's not a job. God didn't really answer the job that I want to do at home, that He can help me get a job that I can do at home. But it's actually a business. The business found me. Because you know why this business really means a lot to me? Because this business, my coach back then, oh, because of this business, I would never watch the secret movie that was dropped by my coach in the business in our chat group. And that the movie is The Secret. And when I watched that secret, I saw Bob Proctor over there among all those philanthropies over there, personal development people. And there's only one person who caught my eye, which is Bob Proctor. And I've learned masterclass. And so while I am on maternity, I just study, work on my mindset. And then I realize now that connecting the dots, right? I remember Steve Jobs said that you can connect the dots. You cannot connect the dots moving forward, but you can only connect the dots moving backward. And now to the realization after learning how our mindset, our mind works, from that secret movie, I found the business, I found the secret movie, I discovered Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor saved my life, and then applying it. I didn't know, I was unconscious competent that I'm actually applying what he's teaching. And then after 4 months, I manifested a job, which is the detective one, and work from home. See, so like it just blown my mind, like, oh my gosh, like, so that's the reason why, guys, from the moment of breaking through, I break down, that's actually a sign that it's your breakthrough. You know, that's why this that's why whatever storms that's happening in your life, and it's okay. This is my breakthrough. So just bring it on. It's nice that they are all come together than doing one by one, because like, oh my God, after problem, after problem, after problem for me. No, it all comes together. I got sick too. My son, my 4-month-old son, and I got sick. And then they found out that's probably COVID, because that was the beginning of the COVID. We just went to the restaurant together and eat some food with a friend, right? And then the waiter who is helping us, actually, that's his first day. He started his first day at work because he just came from a vacation, and he's the one serving us. From the moment we went home, oh my God, like we're get sick, all three of us. My tailor, because I have my tailor join us, and my baby boy and me went home, and we got all fever, and it took us 1 month to recover. And I took my son 3 times at the emergency room, and he's only 4 months old. It's just like it's just around the corner of the house. It all happened like that. And then yeah, so sick, depression, all comes together. Like, it's just like, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. And the only thing that I remember, and I pray, I ask God, you know and yeah, it just like every time I am thinking about it, it just makes me teary-eyed, because like I would uh he really saved my life. And because he showed me the business, he showed me a mentor, and that's Bob. And then that's where I found my purpose, right? To really serve. Back then, I really don't know what I'm gonna do in my life. But when I joined the business, this is where I found my purpose is to serve people, whether serving through my careers, serving through the business. And that's where I, and here's something that really gives me a goosebump also. So when Bob, or when we were in the middle of Zoom meeting, and he showed this foundation, the Unstoppable Foundation, and from when I was watching the Unstoppable Foundation videos of these kids in Kilifi, Kenya, there is one kid in that story that they go, they have their houses is made of clay, these are the native, they live in Kilifi. Their houses is made of clay in the desert, and they walk, just visualize yourself, imagine yourself that you are living in the desert, your house is clay, there's a big bucket on the side of the house that they can put water in that, and they walk 5 miles barefoot, going where the animal drink, right? They dig something beside that pond so they can travel their 5 miles from their tribe, and then they are holding this bucket, and then they put it on their head and they walk 5 miles again. That's the reason why they don't go to school, because that's their life, just from their tribe going to that place, walk 5 miles, and they're gonna go back again. And that's where the kids, and then after, and those mostly females over there too, and then after a certain period, I think 10 years old, and then the parents has no choice to uh to let their kids, especially the girls, marry an older person, because they cannot afford to keep them, so that's basically what is, and that really break my heart. And then 360 again, and that's why the connect the dots, right? Like, it seems like this one is created for me, because you know why? When I was 6 years old, or probably 5 years old back then, even though I came from a tribe too. I live in the mountain. We don't have water. And I walk after school, right? Carrying a bucket too, and go to the brookside, about walking about probably 1.5 miles, or let's say 2 miles, and go down to the brookside and fetch water, and I'm carrying that bucket of water in my head and go back, and that is my everyday life also when I was a kid. So when I was watching this clips that Bob Proctor is showing me, like, and I'm like, oh my god, that was me. And then that by watching that, I made a decision that I'm going to take good care of these kids. And that is the reason why I've been feeding 100 families in Kilifi, Kenya. And then that inspiration was put on my book, and then they helped me put all the stories together. It was just like a really shortcut book that I didn't put everything in there because it's just so sensitive, right? So that was the story behind this. And that's the reason why I love this business, because this business saved me. Because of this business, I found my mentor, I found my purpose. And then now I am sharing my story, because sharing my story to anyone, or probably you guys, really resonates to your story too. It's all connecting. We are spiritual beings living in a physical body. We have the same, it's just different stories, but there's connection over there within us, right? So yeah, so that's something that I really want to share it with you guys. It's the reason why I show up every single day. It might taking slow, right? By taking slow on you, but again, it's the power of believing in yourself that you're actually capable of doing something big in your life, right? It just discipline your mind, just work on your mindset, because that's where I started from the beginning. I work on my mindset because I was in the midst of I so many times my husband even told me like I really want to like be gone. That's the because that's the only solution that I know back then. That's the only solution just to get away from these evil things that's happening in my life during my postpartum depression, right? But and that is also the selfish thing I will do if I did something horrible things about myself, but I end up doing a purpose work, which is something that I am so grateful for because literally this business saves me. So I would say yes, this business saves me. That's why, yeah, so I hope you guys are so inspired about my little story. But again, you have the power to really change someone's life, even the one person. If you only change one person's life, my goodness, that is already your win, right? So yeah, so go back to the cue to the magic, right? To close this live, cue to the magic really teaches us that life doesn't need to change before we feel grateful. Gratitude changes first and life follows. So again, you are not behind, Stop comparing yourself to people. You are not behind. You are not late. You are simply becoming more aware. And then that awareness that you have, that is where all the magic begins. See, so strengthening the level of awareness that you have, because anything that you are doing, like, that's awareness. Thought, that's awareness. Like, oh, why I'm thinking this way, then what you're gonna do, think the other way, right? So it's all about the awareness to your surrounding, the people that you're surrounding with, the the TV that you're watching. I don't watch TV, guys. I really don't. I don't watch TV because it just pollutes my mind. Like, I've been working my mindset for over 5 years right now, right? And then one little thing, because here's the thing. Okay, I've been working on my mindset, and then I will make a decision to watch a TV. And then that TV is all about the crime, right? And then you watch that at night. And when you go to bed, that crime scene is keep playing and playing and playing in your mind. Actually, you're feeding that negativity into the garden of your subconscious mind, which is your fertile soil, and that really uh makes you upset, makes you cringe. Why that happens? Whatever something that you watch in a TV show that makes you. It's okay to watch TV as long as it's funny, okay? As long as it's funny. But if it's something that's very very sad, and then you watch that at night, you go to bed, you feel sad because it keeps playing in your at the back of your head, and how do you feel? You actually planted a seed right there, you know you planted a seed, and then later on the next day you get curious about it again. And then that's the reason why people watch the same thing, because they're planting the same seed in their mind, and their body find that. If you're watching a crime scene movie all the time, oh, it's Wednesday, it's a crime scene movie for me, right? And then that become already automatic. You already planted seed, right? So if it's like a funny Wednesday, then just go in, because that makes you laugh. As long as as long as it's good. But if it's something in news that makes you upset, about the economy, about whatever it is, don't even go there at all, guys. Yeah, so that's it, everybody. So I hope you oh, thank you, resonate too, because I used to work in a bank in my home country. Oh, that's amazing, pandemic. Yes, yes, yes. I've been working in the bank for 19 years. That's my first actually. That working in the bank, I manifested that too. I was in the Philippines. I finished a computer science. I'm a computer science graduate. After 1 year of not getting a job, my mom gave me an ultimatum. And she did mention that, Arnett, I'm going to cut off your allowances. It's already 1 year. You don't have any work yet. And that really was a wake up call for me. And then again, I went to, it's every Sundays in the Philippines, we always get this newspaper. We don't have any computer, right? That was like a long, long, long time ago. So we get the newspaper. I go to the job section. I found this thing too. And at the bottom of the job section, there is a prayer over there of a prayer in Mama Mary, and then if you're a Christian, you know that. And then I prayed it, and then it did mention over there you have to pray at least 12 consecutive days. I really don't know why, but I follow it. Like, okay, I'm a good follower, I follow us, and I pray and pray. I prepared my resume, and then I applied. I applied for a job. Nobody hired me. And then later on, I was walking the busy street in my home country. I was standing, and it's crowded. I was standing in the busy street watching these beautiful ladies at the bank, right? And I told myself, one day I'll become a banker. That's it. I just let it go. It's just in my mind. I just let it go. And then I went home. I prepared my resume. I print out my resume. And in the Philippines, you cannot apply online. I print out my resume, and I walk from bank to bank, knock on the bank's door. Right? There's a security over there. I'm looking for a manager, and I beg. And here's something that I've learned: never ever beg. Okay, when you go there, I beg for a manager to hire me, to give me an experience with no pay. I just need an experience with no pay. And I probably go about 12 or 13 banks in the city. Nobody hired me. Was I frustrated? No. At least I tried. And then I never thought that I'm always have a positive thinking too. Like, I'm so proud about myself because I never, even though someone say no to me, in my mind it's always not yet. And then I applied, and then nobody hired me. And then all of a sudden, one of my distance cousin opened a travel agency, where you're gonna go book your flight, do your trip. Also, it's a travel agency. She hired me with no pay, but she's actually providing lunch. So that's fine because I really need experience because I'm a fresh graduate in college, no experience. The Philippines is so hard to find a job there because of the competition. Education is in the Philippines is very competitive, right? So I train, and I was actually, and here's the thing too that I've learned from my mentor Bob Proctor. God is actually preparing me. I am in preparation. And this is something that I've learned from the book of Neville Goddard, right? Neville Goddard, from The Power of Awareness. I am in preparation during that time. And then yeah, so I just go. I'm learned, and I've learned how to speak English, because if you're working in a travel agency, you meet different kinds of people, tourists, anything like that. And I become a tourist guide too in the city. So I speak to tourists, and that's where I uh I trained myself to go also to travel with different countries in Asia. And then I went backpacking as well. And because I'm doing an amazing job, that travel agency is doing an amazing job. So they have packages. I took advantage of the packages. And then later on, the rest is history. I came here in the United States, in San Francisco. I applied here in San Francisco. And then all of a sudden, guess what? Probably applied many, many jobs here. And two, I applied to insurance and a bank. And then the one that hired me, actually two of them hired, the insurance company hired me, and then the bank also hired me. And then going back, it's a deja vu. That's one of our mental faculty, which is memory. Went back to the memory lane. Oh my gosh, this is the one that I asked for in the middle of the street, is to become a banker. You know what I mean? And that really gives me some goosebumps, like, hey, it's really happening. because the insurance company really give me pay me just like the minimum wage, and the bank is above the minimum wage, and I picked the bank. And then all of a sudden I was just like sitting down during my lunch and like, I asked for this, and my first career here in the United States is banking, you know, and that reminds me of that I did command to the universe that I'll be a banker. And then it happened, and it did happen. It's the same thing with my husband. I manifested him too, I'm very, very specific. I want to marry an Irish guy. I met a lot of foreigners, but I'm very, very specific. I want to marry an Irish guy, and here I am. I'm married to an Irish. I don't know how I did that. I just say it. I know what I want, and I know how to get. And I never learned personal development before. That's why Bob Proctor said that I was unconscious competent back then. And now I know the formula, right? That's why I manifested this home. I manifested the car. I manifested the house that is being built. The house that is being built in Ireland actually is the one that was created by my mind. We hire an architect. The architect put together the skeleton of the house, and now it is being built. I manifested my not only banker, but I've always wanted to do a detective work, and I get that one too. Manifested my two kids. I always wanted to have a one boy and one girl, right? And then like that's the reason why I'm telling myself I'm such a really good manifestor, and that's the reason why. And here's the thing too. I just got a new job, and there's three companies who wanted to hire me. I always ask the universe which one, which one should I go? Show me the 888 number within 5 days, right? Because I really don't know. All of them, it's already being banking industry too, but doing the detective work. And then like, which one should I go? Because I was like, they are all nice, right? And then here's the thing too, I just make it fun. I just love playing with the law of attraction. I just make it fun. So which one should I go? Okay, universe, show me the 888 within 5 days. 888 for this bank, 222 for that other bank, and 555 for the other bank. Whatever. And show me three times. So, okay, so I'm driving, right? And later on, I saw the 888 plate number of one car. Like, this is interesting. I already know where I'm going. Your body will tell you, your spirit will tell you which job you go. And then later on, I saw again the 888. And then, it's almost 5 days now. I didn't see the 88 because for me, I really want to make it sure there's the law of attraction. I love playing with the law of attraction. And then, like, where's the other 888? On the fourth day, I am driving again, going to work, and I saw this car with the plate number of 888. And then, okay, I'm going to make a decision. So when that lady called me, yes, I accept. So that's why, again, guys, you just need to know what you want, be very specific, ask guidance from the universe. If you're not sure, ask guidance. And then if you're not sure, just ask guidance again. And then they always show up to you the signs. Okay, so that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much. It's already 1 hour, 13 minutes. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope you've learned something from me. Just enjoy the process. You know what you want, not vague. You have to be very specific. Write it in present tense. You will always get the things that you want as long as you put your mind towards it. Okay, avoid being in a chaos mind. That's why I always meditate, because I really want to empty my mind before I go to bed. Clean. If there's something that happened to you today that pisses you off, that makes you upset, that makes you sad, clean your body first. What do I mean clean? Visualize a white light that flows through and through and through you, and cut the cords. Go back to that situation, resolve it, positively. Don't stay there. So if you were upset at 12 o'clock, go back at 12 o'clock. What should I've done better to resolve this situation? And then whatever situation may be, resolve that in your mind's eye and send that a positive energy towards that person, that it's resolved. And then clean yourself, cutting the cords, right? Just like visualize yourself that all those so unnecessary negative energy, do the ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you, with a happy heart, right? With full of gratitude, and go to bed visualizing your goal that's already done. That's it. And then ask guidance from the universe that tomorrow is a great day. Waking up early with so much gratitude in my heart. Do your affirmations, whatever it is. You play your recordings, right? Do whatever makes your subconscious mind happy. Okay, because if you're carrying that pain in your heart and you go to bed painful, it's gonna be the same thing tomorrow. Your the universe will give you a crappy day because you're carrying that tonight. So clean yourself with so much gratitude in your heart. Okay, so that's it, everybody. Thank you, Pandemi. You're so inspiring. Always learn something new. Yes, guys, I it's just do it. It's free. It doesn't cost you. Experiment it. You never know. This could be the one that really mentally help you, emotionally, whatever it is. Because if you're not gonna do it, maybe the one that I am telling you guys work, and you're following other belief of other people, it's not work. That's the reason why you have to test whatever works for you. We met different mentors in our life. Probably you met Tony Robbins inspire you, right? Tony Robbins inspire you, Bob Proctor inspire you, but there's always one person among all those personal development people always catch your eyes. Because I follow Tony Robbins, I follow Deepak Chopra, Dr. Joe Dispenza, but they have different set of programs, right? But if it's a mindset coach and you're following this mindset coach, there's always one person that you are connected with spiritually, and that's where you're going. So now, yeah, mindset coach is Tony Robbins, right? Bob Proctor is a mindset coach too, but my mind is stick into Bob, because if you put this and this and this, become chaotic. That is, your paradigm tend to make your mind become chaotic, so you can gather all these informations, right? And then if you gather Tony Robbins information, someone else information, Bob Proctor's information, your mind becomes so chaotic. So which one should I follow? Which one should I follow? For me, I only follow one, and then whoever that I'm spiritually connected with, I only follow one, study his belief, study his lesson. If it's working for me, then it works. Then once I mentally, if I already been applying the teachings, then okay, then I can open up that myself and try other mentors, so teachings too. I can probably go to someone who is good in leadership, right? Or maybe someone that is good in a business. So that's basically what I do, because I really don't like to gather informations in my mind and create chaos because I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I learned this, I learned this, I learned this. I already stick into one person and then apply. Once I become good at it, then I can open myself to learn other people's as well. So it's the same thing with you, right? So because again, if you are new and learning, work on your mindset, just focus into one, and once you become good at it, go on other one. Yeah, so that's it, everybody. Thank you so much, and have a good night. Thank you.
This is my moment, watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it